What's up, guys? Welcome back. It's been a little while since I've made a video, but the gimbal's back for the iPhone, and I'll get back to making videos a little more often than not because I like the smooth videos. I like having the gimbal to make everything nice and smooth. So it's Tuesday night. We're leaving for H2O on Thursday morning at 10 o'clock. Tonight, we're going to try and get a lot of stuff done because tomorrow night we're just going to kind of be packing. And the goal is to pretty much have the 3000 wrapped up. I waxed it, or I'm sorry, I clay barred it last night. I'm going to try and wax it tonight, check all the fluids, and a couple little odds and ends. Then the Trailblazer is going to get rear brake pads. My buddy Brandon, he is up from Florida and he's staying at my house, and he's coming down to H2O with our group. Now he doesn't have a car. I'm bringing the 3000. Me and Steph are going to be in the 3000. Only has 2 seats. So he's going to be driving the Trailblazer down. Need to do some rear pads. So we have these EBC extra duty orange pads. And they're going to go on the rear. We already put them on the fronts. So we just got to do the rears and then clean the Trailblazer like extensively. Get it ready for this weekend coming. The 3000 needs a couple things. But then we're also going to be making some shirts. We made a shirt design. A little different from the old Stance Code design, more of a street club style, and we made a couple last week, ordered some more shirt vinyl, and we're going to make some more tonight for some of our friends to rep down there at H2O. Also, Mike is coming over with his wagon, and we're going to cut him some vinyl for the side of the car, and basically just try and get as much done tonight as possible so it makes tomorrow night a little easier for everybody. So I'm going to bring the car up into the driveway now, and we're going to begin tonight's H2O prep. First things first, this thing is finally inspected. It's been a while since I've had an inspection on this car, but I'm trying to get everything legal before we head down to Ocean City, even though technically they can't give me a hard time about a state inspection when you're outside of the state. Unfortunately, I'm also going to be taking off this lower banner and possibly also the top banner. There's actually a good chance I'm going to be taking the top banner off as well, because in Ocean City, Maryland, during this time of the year, they are very likely to pull me over for this. And I really don't want to give them a reason to pull me over because there isn't much on the car that really stands out as far as being illegal. But I feel like if they did pull me over, they could then get me for things like stretch tires, being too low, having an ultra suspension. All right, so now that we got the 3000 up and all that, let's check out my list of things to do. So Monday night, I was going to get the car inspected and do these 3 things. I didn't. I ended up going to Pep Boys, replacing my taillight bulb, and plexi dipping my VR4 wing, and also claying the car. So tonight, I think what I'm going to start with is checking the coolant level, topping that off, clocking my steering wheel, sealing my fender liner, and then after that, I'm going to hit the car with wax. By that point, Steph should definitely be here. We can knock out the rear brakes and start cleaning her truck. And I'm being hopeful with that. I mean, there's probably a guaranteed chance that not all that stuff is going to get done, nor in that order. So let's start with checking the coolant level. That's pretty easy to do. So first on checking the coolant level, I'll just check inside the overflow tank to see if it pulled some through. It looks like the level, you guys can't really see it, but it looks like some did get pulled in. So we'll top that off. And then I'll pull the rad cap. And the fluid level actually looks pretty good. So I'm just going to top off the expansion tank and we should be good for coolant level. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is pull the front wheel off and jack the car up, pull the wheel off, and I'm going to put some sealer in between the fender liner and the frame rail that I made. So I'll show you guys in a sec once I get this wheel off. Alright, so the wheel's off, and you guys can see this is the fender liner that I made. It's just basically a piece of sheet metal that goes all the way up and down to right there to basically just protect the engine harness from getting hit directly from any kind of debris and things like that. Alright, so the wheel's off, and you guys can see this is the fender liner that I made. It's just basically a piece of sheet metal that goes all the way up and down to right there to basically just protect the engine harness from getting hit directly from any kind of debris and things like that. There's a little bit of a gap right here, but my main concern, it has a little bit of an upward angle here, but my main concern was really to protect it from the wheel hitting it or just rocks and stuff. And when we're going to H2O, it's very likely that there is going to be some wet roads, and you know, I'd rather not have water directly hitting the engine harness that I made. So I got this guy on here. It looks like we've made a little bit of contact with the tire, but that's not too bad because, you know, the way I have it, I actually have it zip tied under here. It's very flexible, so if it does hit the tire, it's not going to do any damage, just like how my strut tower used to before I did the iBox spring upgrade that is in one of my previous videos. So basically what I'm going to do is run a bead of silicone from just all down along this edge here. So it just kind of, the harness sits right above here. So I just want to seal this gap here, even though this one out here isn't sealed. I just want to seal this one just to create a watertight seal, because more water is going to be here than right here, being that the engine harness sits more towards over here and then out over here. It's just pretty much empty back behind here. Alright, so let's come back over to our list. Check coolant level is done. Seal fender liner is done. The pep boy stuff is done. The light bulb's done. The wing is done. The top off trans fluid and check all other fluids is done. Then what else do we have? Clock the steering wheel and wax the car. I don't really feel like clocking the steering wheel right now, so I think I'm gonna let a coat of wax down on the car now. Okay, so my car is back together for a little bit. I waxed half of it, finish the other half tomorrow. Steph and I are gonna run to the store and grab some sweatshirts so that we can start the process on making these sweatshirts, and I'll show you guys what they look like once we get back. A white medium.
Perfect's coming over anyway.
Yeah.
Tell them we're making a shirt.
So we got shirts. Next step is going to be changing the rear brakes on the Trailblazer before we get into the shirts. So, alright, so I got the one wheel pulled off. This is the side that was making noise. Pad life seems like there's a little bit left, not a ton. Taking the caliper off. And it's just a bolt here at the top. It's actually, I'm kind of surprised on how clean that bolt is for 100 and a lot of miles. Take the bottom bolt off. That's the inside pad. So there is our noise. You can see how unevenly it was wearing, which is weird, but fresh set of pads should do the trick. I'm gonna have to get a flathead to pry these off. All right, so here's that rear pad. Very weird where there's like a groove at the top you can kind of see that's lower than the rest. See that little lip there on the left side? And then the pad is thinner at the top than the bottom. I've honestly never seen anything like this before. So if you have any idea what causes this, comment below, because I'd be curious to know. All right, there we go. New pads are in. Okay, here we are fully compressed with the little insulator on here to help with sound. And this should slide right back on. So, calipers on. I'll feed these bolts back in. Tighten them up, and we are good to go with some fresh rear brakes. And aside from cleaning it, the Trailblazer is ready to go for H2O. Hey man!
Hi internet. Is that famous vlogger Mike DeFusco?
I didn't know my flash was still on.
God. What's up?
This is Mike.
Hi world. Sorry I didn't dress up. Did you see mine? I'm only at 30.
Do you mind?
I'm only at 31%. Activity moves.
So Mike wants some stickers.
Oh, I have you at 28.
We're gonna make some stickers. The side of his car is gonna look like the top of a Christmas tree.
What does mine say? Yours is that? Do you know the trick about, are you making both sides match?
With stars, I could probably make it close enough.
Take a picture and stand on the other side and go, okay, this one goes here. Then you go around, you just double check. You like, that's what we did with his flowers.
That's gonna be interesting. You can send a pole through. Train.
Alright, so basically what we have here is the vinyl for the side of Mike's wagon, which you'll see us maybe putting on later.
Or on
depending
a
on.
table, because it looks like
Oh.
placemat.
It looks like my grandmother's tablecloth for Christmas.
1940s look.
So now we're gonna
That's the
start
process.
cutting the clothing vinyl while they all work on other stuff. So the design that we have is this, only flipped. Let me flip it. Okay, so that's what the back of the shirt looks like. And then up here is what the front of the shirt looks like. You'll see that in one of the H2O videos coming up, because Coyle's going to be shooting a video of my car. So the design that we have is this, only flipped. Let me flip it. Okay, so that's what the back of the shirt looks like. And then up here is what the front of the shirt looks like. You'll see that in one of the H2O videos coming up, because Coyle's going to be shooting a video of my car involving the sweatshirts. So now we're going to run off a couple of these in different colors. I have some bright red, some pink, some black, and some white, and we're gonna do different variations of this with the logo, like the middle being red, the middle being pink, and things like that.
That's scary.
Oh, nice.
How the hell?
Nice.
Come on, rookie. Big huge. 13, 14, 15, 16. So I have 16 big, 15 little. Oh, hey.
Yes, that's so good.
I say a red front.
Yeah, red
Because
front.
I like how it stands out on the black.
Yeah. Here's the shirt, black sweatshirt with the white and the red on the back. Looks good. All right, so we got some shirts made. It is, what time is it right now? Actually, I don't even know. No, that clock is wrong. That clock is very wrong. It's 12:03 in the morning, and this clock says it's 3:40. So it's 3:40 right now, according to that clock, but it's actually 12:03. That clock hasn't been right in like 10 years. So we made the shirts. They came out awesome. One's for me, one's for a buddy of mine. They'll both be at H2O. And tomorrow night, we're gonna run some off with some pink and some black, which I thought we were gonna put the vinyl on tonight, but he is in a parking lot down the street because that's where the only place around here that has solid lighting. But I will update on the, I don't even know how to describe it. No, I'm not, because I have all of my stuff outside still. I got to clean up.